Welcome. This your guy Ray coming to you live all the way from here. It's here right here. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for uh always being there, always being supportive. Let's get this housekeeping out the way. Welcome to Ray's Corner Live. This your guy Ray coming to you live all the way from here. It's here right here. Listen, if you have not subscribed to our channel, subscribe, hit the notification button, hit the like button. Two channels. Either go to our Exodus Life Change or our Race Corner Live. Okay, Exodus Life Change or Race Corner Live. Subscribe, hit the notification button so that you can know when we are out here popping. Man, I want to share something with you, my brothers. Mental health. Men, if you're anything like me, what you go through in the course of a day just in your mind can become overwhelming. All the thoughts, all the negativities, and that's just in your mind. That's not saying what's coming at us in the world, from the job, from the family, from the spouse. So I want to take some time and talk a little bit about mental health. I know for me, man, it's like really serious, man. It's like some days I just don't know what to do. Some days my mind is just constantly thought after thought after thought after thought after thought. The enemy is bombarding me with lies about myself and lies about who I am. And I'm trying to cast it down and I'm trying to remove the lies and replace it with truth. And it's like a daily battle. But I want to talk this morning and give us some figures and understand, man, the severity that we do get better. We have to let down some walls. We have to be able to talk to some people. We have to be able to understand that we don't have to try to handle this thing on our own. And it's not embarrassing to get help. It's not embarrassed to talk to people. So I just want to make sure that we are really trying to get some serious help, right? Get some serious help. When you think about men and mental health, 40%. Now check out, I'm gonna walk you through some stuff right now. 40% of men won't talk to anyone about their mental health. 40% of us. 40% of us will not let no one know about what we're going through. When we did a survey, I'm looking at this survey. The survey shows that over a third of men, or 35%, think they have a diagnosis. I hate when I get tongue-tied on certain things, right? So we all have these diagnosable mental illness conditions that we know at some point is in our life. I know that at some point I need to be diagnosed, put it like that. I tell you a story. I was coming off of drugs. I was in this rehab, right? And we're in this class, and this is when they started knowing that substance abuse and mental health or mental illness, however you want to say it, they went hand in hand. So I'm sitting there, working on a drug problem, and then they started talking about bipolar, and they started describing it, and each description, I said, "Oh, I do that. Oh, I do that. Oh, I do that. Oh, I do that." And I realized, right? It's funny. I realized, excuse me, it's funny. Not only did I have a substance abuse problem, but I had a mental problem too. So for those of us, man, it's real important, man, that we start understanding some of these things. So when you think about it, 35% of us, 35% of us know we need help. Know that there's something wrong, you know? Um, I'm gonna give you some more key findings about what's going on. Do you realize 77% of men that has been polled suffer with symptoms of common mental illness conditions such as anxiety, stress, or depression. So 77% of us have symptoms of anxiety, stress, and depression. I mean, think about it. We get, and I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but let me just give you some statistics. Then I'm gonna start unpacking some things, right? To show that if can you identify with this, right? And I can identify with certain things in my life, like when uh, uh, we're going to break down, some of the factors of why we have that anxiety and why we have that stress or why we have the depression. So let me just go through some numbers for a minute. 40% of men have never spoken to anyone about their mental health. So a lot of us are just 40% of us are suffering in silence. I know I was suffering in silence. Man, how could I let y'all know, man, some of the stuff that was going in my mind? Some of the things that I was going through, some of the things that when I was out there in the world getting high, using some of the things I had to do to get my drugs, some of the things that I did in relationships, some of the things I did with my kids, some of the things, so much, but I didn't want nobody to know. I couldn't talk to it about nobody because I had this stigma about myself. This is Ray. Whoa, this is Silk Wilk. You know what I'm saying? Hey, no way I'm gonna let you know this about me so you can look at me differently. Also, 29% of those say that they're too embarrassed to speak about it, while 20% say there is a negative stigma on the issue. I'm gonna say it again, 29% of us believe it's too embarrassing to speak about it. I just told you, it's embarrassing to let somebody know my shortcomings, my faults, the things that's going through my mind. And 20% of us just say it's a negative stigma. So if I start telling you the things about me, if I start telling my significant other things about me, you will start looking at me differently. You might even use the stuff I'm telling you against me. And here's another thing. The biggest cause of mental illness in men's lives are, watch this, and then we're going to break this down. 32% is work, 31% is finances, and 23% is health. Think about it. 32% of us, right? The cause of mental illness in our lives are from work or lack thereof. Overworking, not being compensated enough, or not being able to keep a job, or not the job that I have is not satisfying. It's dead end. I'm going there Monday through Friday, 8 hours. I see nothing. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. The finances, the 31% of our mental health is because of finance. We just can't make enough. We just can't do the right thing with the money. And our mental health, we're not eating right and we're not taking care of ourselves. These are some of the biggest mental health issues that we have of men. Issues. These are issues. And here's the alarming thing, right? 40% of us said it would take thoughts of suicide or self-harm to compel them to get professional help. Well, for those of you that know my story, I was on that second floor fire escape with that 357, get ready to blow my brains out. That's when I went away to a discipleship program to get some help. That's when I was able to talk about the things to share my story, to talk about the things that I was going through. That to start removing those lies, to start, unmasking myself, to start letting my guard down. Because the more I held stuff in, the worse I got. I always tell you, it took me 10 years to get 1 year clean. 10 years. But the fact that I kept trying let you know that I wanted to change. I wanted to get better. So I'm going to ask you these questions and then I'm going to get out of here. What are the biggest causes of pressure in your life? And we're going to unpack these on my next series, right? But I want you to think about it now. What areas of your life does your mental health impact upon? Who do you talk about? Who do you talk to about your mental health? Why would you not talk about your mental health? And lastly, would you talk to a professional about your mental health? These are the questions that we're going to start unpacking. These are the things that we're going to start unpacking because this is real serious. Listen, in these times, in these trying times right now, men, we are going through so much. This is not an excuse. This is a reality, but we do get better. You are not alone. I will be sharing you my life story of some of the trauma, all the trauma that I went through, even though I understand that there was a training ground for me to be able to do what I wanted to do, but I still had to go through that trauma. I had to go through that stuff, and it was not pretty. Even time, listen, I keep telling you, there's even times when I walk past police officers in my mind, right? I look at them and I look at the gun. I said, unclick the trigger, pull it, snatch his gun. I can remember in New York when I'm on waiting for the train, and a police officer would be standing at the edge of a thought in my mind, a voice in my mind would say, push him, push him. See, these are the things that we don't talk about, right? Going on 28 years clean, I have some thoughts that come from some places that's deep down, and I listen. And if I'm not careful and put those things into subjection and put them in captivity, I can make a 30-second mistake that's going to cost me 30 years. If you ever been to prison, if you ever done something, right? And after you've done it and you rethink it, if you could have just did it different, or if you could have just walked away, you had a thought that says, just go the other way, but you chose to keep going that way. If you didn't say this particular, you heard this thought say, don't say that, and you said it anyway. And it cost you. Brothers, we do get better. We do get better. We do get better. We do get better. And if we don't get better, we get better with dealing with things. So we're going to start dealing with this thing in mental health with men. Share some of the stories of my life. It's got me to where I'm at today, and I'm still growing, still changing, right? Ain't got it all together. But I'm not afraid to let you know, look, you are not alone. Hey, this your guy Ray coming to you live all the way from here. Where's here? Right here. And like we always say here on Ray's Corner Live, God loves you and I love you. There ain't nothing you can do about it. Listen, in that comment section, say, Ray, man, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Help me, brother. Help me, my brother. Or you might say, Ray, look, these are some of the things I need you to talk about. These are some of the things that I've been going through. Put in that comment section, right? Let's talk about it. Let's get free. Peace out. Holla.